I originally moved to Chester from Exton about 16 years ago. I'm originally from New York. When I came to Chester, I had only been walking on stilts about 4 years. I was more so known as a cross cultural dancer, performer. I walked on stilts at a few local events in Chester, Deshawn Park, etc., and people started to take notice. After all, it is regarded as a ancestral spirit from Africa. And how many of them do you see walking around the city of Chester? And a woman at that? I found that beyond the circus or parades, the art of stilt walking didn't have a real appeal to the young audiences that I encountered until I collaborated with Jazzy's Entertainment. She's a well known Philadelphia based hip hop clown who does all the kids' parties in the hood. Tons of schools and community events all over Philly, Jersey, Chester, etc. I was indoctrinated into the world of vernacular dances. Kids in my neighborhood started to point me out as the tall lady who can do the sexy walk and the heel toe polka on stilts. Oh, grrr. I amaze myself sometimes, especially at the age of 56, uh, which I thought would be my retirement age from the sticks. Then COVID-19 hit and everything changed. I feel with this opportunity to tell my story digitally, combined with the platform of stilt walking, I have to use it for empowerment. I have to try and make a difference somehow with this story. We just lost a beloved member of the Chester and Chester Maid community, also a fellow dancer, Monica Dene. I walked tall in a fashion show some years ago for breast cancer awareness and survivors in New York. And we don't know what tomorrow brings. We have to tell our story today. I had a vision to train kids in Chester how to walk on stilts and pass their tradition on to a new generation. I had trained my teenage daughter, who's now 35, who could still do it if she had the time. A year and a half ago, my vision came to fruition through a community engagement grant, through the Building Maker Space, and last year, a Chester Made residency. It was on and popping. We built stilts, beginner stilts, professional stilts. I had a chance to do something never done before here in Chester. Recently, at an event in Chester, there was a young man that left a lasting impression on me. From the onset, he was amazed at this tall, towering figure that appeared to be magical. After engaging for a bit, I asked who wanted to try. His hand went in the air. I noticed he was a bit frail, and I thought I should spot him to make sure he didn't injure himself. He stood up on the stilts and began trying to figure this thing out on his own. He was so determined he never gave up until he got it. Once the good time was over and had ended, he asked me, "Will I see you again?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, when?" I said, "Well, what school do you go to?" He said, "Toby Farms." I said, "Great, I live in Toby Farms." He told me his name and his teacher's name, and he skipped away filled with a sense of accomplishment, joy, and hope. His sister, who runs back to me, says, with honesty and transparency in her voice, "You know my brother is special." I said, "I know. He's very special indeed." I was moved to tears. He helped to magnify my own understanding of why I'm here in Chester. I went away with a greater sense of purpose that fosters a goal that can change lives in this community, to restore culture, help grow Chester's youth by training them to stand tall, rise up, proclaim, and uphold the dignity and potential in every human being. This is what makes Chester home for me.